More than 6 hours after the first pitch of Game 1 in today's doubleheader, the TinCaps have swept the Clinton Lumber Kings with an emphatic 16-1 victory in Game number 2. Back up in the booth with Kevin Fitzgerald, John Nolan. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you were with us all day long, boy, do we appreciate that. We also would encourage you to, I don't know, try to find something to fill up your Sunday. But no, really, thank you for being with us. And the TinCaps, it was a long day. The guys were here at the ballpark around 10 a.m. this morning. If you're going to be here for about 10 hours, you might as well come away with 2 wins.
And you might as well score 16 runs in one of those games as well. What an offensive performance in Game 2. You keep building momentum as this season gets closer to the midway mark. You'll get a few players from the Major League Baseball first-year player draft. So 8 different players reached base twice today. And everybody, all 10 players that played in Game 2, recorded a hit. You can't beat a finish of a doubleheader than that.
Game 1 was a pitcher's duel. Fort Wayne won 2-1. We pick it up here in Game 2. And the bottom of the first inning, Trey Santos with an RBI single to give the TinCaps an early 1-0 lead. Fort Wayne would also score in the second inning. Then things just started to get out of control in the third. The TinCaps sent 12 men up to the plate. 9 hits, tying a franchise record, the 4th time in franchise history that a Fort Wayne Wizards or TinCaps team tallied 9 hits in an inning. This was a 3-run homer from Franmil Reyes to provide an exclamation point as the TinCaps scored 8 times. So it was 4-0 going into that third inning. The Reyes homer made it 13-0. After that, we had an hour and 10-minute rain delay. And even though that the Lumber Kings got this one measly, underlined measly run, it was all TinCaps in this one.
Yeah, it was. The pitching was great as well. We don't want to leave that behind. Chris Huffman came in and threw 3 scoreless innings. He picks up the victory. We saw Seth Lucio close it out. Jose Castillo started this ball game. Got things started with 3 scoreless innings of work. So you have to like what you saw from Fort Wayne today. Even despite that little break in the action, they're able to pick up the win.
Season high 21 hits. It took 2 hours, 10 minutes. Remember, this was a 7-inning game, folks, and that number there does not count the 1 hour and 10-minute rain delay that we had. The Parkview First Care Walk-In Clinic's attendance number 4,651 here on this rainy Sunday afternoon. So, with the 2 wins here for the TinCaps over Clinton, the Lumber Kings have now lost a Midwest League record-tying 15 games in a row, only the 4th team in league history to lose 15 in a row, tying the 1986 Kenosha Twins, the 1975 Cedar Rapids Giants, and the 1958 Clinton Pirates. That's the pitching matchup for tomorrow night, with a chance for Midwest League history. If the TinCaps sweep the 3rd game of this series, the Lumber Kings will have lost more consecutive games than anyone else in Midwest League history. It's a dubious distinction for Clinton. You know those guys don't want to set it. Meanwhile, the TinCaps are hungry here to try to carry this momentum through the end of the first half of the season to put themselves in a spot to keep it rolling in the second half and try to make the playoffs.
Hey, they're 6 games under 500 right now, but this is the best record since late April. So that just shows that this team is starting to win more and more ball games. And yeah, do you think Dinelson Lamet realizes the history that's at stake tomorrow when he takes them out against Jefferson Medina?
Yeah, Lamet's 22 years old. He wasn't around when those other teams lost 15 games. All right, well, that's going to do it here after a long day from Parkview Field. The TinCaps have now won 3 games in a row. They've now won 4 consecutive home series at Parkview Field. They look to keep it rolling tomorrow. Our coverage will start at 7 o'clock. And, hey, if you can make it on down to the ballpark, Jake the Diamond Dog will be here. There will be post-game fireworks. It's a U.S. Foods family feast night. Whole lot of big fun going on. For everyone behind the scenes, for Kevin Fitzgerald, John Nolan saying goodbye from Parkview Field. The TinCaps sweep a doubleheader from the Clinton Lumber Kings. Thank you and good night.
This has been a TinCaps production.